Hi, and welcome again to another live broadcast with Sean. And here you are being inspired and just sharing some keys and some truths and some principles to help you become inspired and to become the leader and fulfill the potential of who you are in your life and leadership. So today I want to talk a little bit to you about your choice as a leader. So wherever you are and whatever role you're fulfilling, you are a leader. You are becoming a leader. You need to lead you first and foremost. Control is not about controlling people. Control is about self-control. And so as a leader, your first responsibility is to take self-control, to lead you. Now, whenever a leader is involved in some kind of role of responsibility, facing a task, reaching an objective, maybe, a task or objective or an operation of any form or fashion, the simple fact of the matter is you are going to be working with people. And when you're working with people, you are going to have to make a choice. And that choice is going to be, what is the basis of your authority? How are you going to operate in authority? Is it going to be legitimate or illegitimate authority? So you can coerce authority, as we said yesterday, or you can have the stick and the carrot kind of authority, or you can have real legitimate authority. And it's going to be based upon the simple fact of your character, who you are under pressure. It's going to be based upon your capacity to hold to deep values in the midst of pressure, stress, when there's a crisis, when the pressure's on and others are panicking, you holding firmly to an alignment of your mission, your vision, your values, your focus, your edge, what those important things are in your life. You can maintain those things. And then your ability to engage others, to communicate clearly, positively, with consideration and respect for them before you get respect for you. You can deal with others with respect. And then lastly is your ability to trust others. You know, if you don't trust others, then you're going to have a problem having them trust you. So those are the factors that are going to mean or determine what your basis of your authority is going to be as a leader. How are you going to lead? And so, you've got to remember something is that you can basically pretend very easily. So if your agenda is not your team, not your people. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Remember this, is that management is bottom line. Management is about getting things done. Management is about organization. Management is about, bottom line, just getting the stuff done. But, handling the resources. But leadership is about people. Leadership is about developing people, bringing people alongside to help you fulfill the strategy. It's not just about you running ahead and coercing them or manipulating them or forcing them into something. That just doesn't work as leaders. And that's why we have a crisis of leadership, because there's such an emphasis on the management side of things that we don't have leaders today. We don't have people that know how to engage, have the capacity to lead with values, with principles, and with trust, with respect. If we don't have those things, then there is another agenda, and people will soon pick that up. You can be sincere for a long time, but ultimately who you really are will begin to shine through. And so you've got to learn how to engage people, how to hold to your values very firmly through a crisis, because a crisis will really reveal who you are. A crisis will show up your characteristics. You've got to have the character as a leader, and character means you are diligent to live out those characteristics that determine your leadership in your role. So that's my thought for today, is that you've got a choice on whether you're going to have illegitimate authority or authority. forcing yourself, let me say this, it's easy as a leader when you hit a crisis and you're in a chaotic situation, everything's panicking, and if you haven't established an engagement built upon trust, built upon consideration, if you haven't built a firm foundation with legitimate authority, it's easy to resort to positions, to titles, to your the backing of the company, your promotion, the names that you carry around with you, your friends that are powerful, etc. You can force people to in fact follow you or to do what you want them to do, but that's not going to last. What you want to do is have longevity and to build firmly through the process so that you live out the values that are needed to not only reach the objective, but also to develop and see your team members and those following you actually reach their place and their potential, because that's going to build longevity into your team, and it's going to give you the honor and the respect and the capacity, and it's going to give you the legitimacy you need to lead. And so that's my thought for today. Very important, heavy one for Friday, something to think about before next week. And but I know this is this kind of stuff that we really need to hear at this time in our leadership growth and development.